Mixed signals from the United States as trade talks continue. On one hand, US President called Prime Minister Modi a close friend, while on the other, he has justified tariffs on India. This, even as India remains positive on the trade talks. Now, Trump, remember, has reaffirmed ties with India, saying that he is very close to Prime Minister Modi and detailed that despite imposing sanctions in a bid to stop Ukraine war while referring to Europe's purchase of Russian oil, Trump insists sanctions are part of his maximum pressure policy. But New Delhi, again, is keeping its focus firmly on the positive side. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal has said that India-US talks are moving in the right direction. Backing that optimism, Chief Economic Advisor V. Anantha Nageshwaran has also hinted at solutions soon. Meanwhile, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has declared that the US simply cannot stop India and China from buying oil. Calling both nations civilizational powers, he has said that they are too big for Washington to strong arm with tariffs. And in a parallel development at the same time, Washington has dropped a fresh sanctions hammer. The US has revoked the waiver for Iran's Chabahar port, effective September 29th. Let's listen into the reactions.
Very simply, if the price of oil comes down, Putin's going to drop out. He's going to have no choice. He's going to drop out of that war. And when I found out that the European nations were buying oil from Russia, and as you know, I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day, wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship. He put out a beautiful statement, too. We have, but I said, you know, I sanctioned them. China is paying a very large tariff right now to the United States. But I'm willing to do other things, but not when the people that I'm fighting for are buying oil from Russia. If the oil price comes down, very simply, Russia will settle. And the oil price is way down. You know, we got it way down. We're drilling and we produce more oil than anybody else in the world. We're doing a lot. But I was disappointed to see that. And the Prime Minister was disappointed to see that. And it wasn't him, it was other countries.
Considering recent developments in the last couple of weeks and so on, I do believe, I have no particular basis to say so, I just my intuition, that the penal tariff will not be there beyond November 30th. I mean, it's not a statement of based on any concrete indicator or evidence. It's my hope that given the recent developments which we see in terms of both countries finding an off-ramp and reaching out to each other, and including the important negotiator being in India in the first 2 days of this week, I do believe that there will be a resolution in the next couple of months on the penal tariff and hopefully on the reciprocal tariff also.
US discussions with the assistant USTR happened 2 days back. They were productive and are working on the right track. As regards the relationship with UAE, it stands on its own legs. It is underpinned by trust, possibilities and opportunities. And for India, no two relationships are commingled or depend on each other. The US relationship is a very strong, comprehensive, strategic partnership between two friendly countries.
Формируется многополярный мир. Этому пытаются помешать западные страны, пытаются сохранить свое доминирование, прибегая уже не к переговорам, не к методам честной конкуренции, а к прямому шантажу, давлению, санкциям, ну и колоссальное злоупотребление, конечно, ролью доллара в мировых делах, тарифные войны, которые Соединенные Штаты навязывают всем остальным.
Pranay Upadhyay joining me on the broadcast to in fact bring us more details and analyze the very situation. Pranay, very good morning to you. Let's understand, while Trump honestly has been going back and forth with a lot that he has said in the past months in terms of his relations with India, in terms of how he views India and Russia's trade ties or oil purchasing deal. But now there seems to be a little bit of an optimism, and that is what's new when we speak of India and their approach. India has been very headfirst that yes, our interests come first. But now there also seems to be a tone of optimism involved, wherein they're saying that yes, the trade talks still continue.
Good morning, Shreya. Absolutely. The trade talks are on. And recently, as Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal also indicated that we had a round of, trade negotiations with the US side and US trade representative offices, their representative team visited India, had an engagement, and that both sides, both India's Commerce Ministry as well as the USTR office has termed this round of talks as a positive development. And President Donald Trump has also indicated that, he hoped to have a conclusion of India-US bilateral trade agreement very soon. When will it happen? We do not know, but we still have time. And yesterday, if you have noticed that India's economic advisor, Mr. Nageshwaran, has also indicated that 8 to 10 months we are looking at. And by that time, the entire tariff issue will be resolved. So these are the positive developments. But unfortunately, this entire issue has been linked with the geopolitics. Look, because, if Trump administration is linking it to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, then it becomes a problem. It becomes a challenge because India doesn't have a say in Russia-Ukraine conflict. And if the Trump administration is linking it with the oil purchase, this is a faulty argument. Why it is a faulty argument? Because on one side, this entire thing, India's dependence on the Russian oil import, was started keeping the US administration, the then Biden administration, in confidence. Also, India is a bulk buyer. India is a huge buyer of crude oil, around 55 lakh barrel. We import almost every day. And for that, we need a steady source of energy supply. Energy supply prices are being maintained because India is not buying, from the usual or the conventional sources of the GCC countries or other countries, and that's why if you rise the production, then the prices will drop. So stabilization of prices is a challenge, and that's why India started buying oil from Russia. Unless
Right.
India is given an alternative and a stable source of energy supply, that will remain a concern for India to ensure the energy security of India, and that is an issue. So on one side, we are engaging with the United States as far as the trade talks are concerned. As far as the reduction of tariffs are concerned, India remains positive. Also, on the other side, if the alternative is given at a very competitive price, India remains open to buy oil from other sources as well.
Right. Right, Pranay. Thank you for, in fact, giving us a detailed analysis and context to what the situation currently is and what it might be in the upcoming days.